But when your life seems like it comes crashing down and it comes to a stop, this world don't stop spinning for no one. 1 week after we buried my brother after the funeral, that's the day we took my son into the hospital. Now, when you lose someone close to you, man, sometimes that pain is just unbearable. That grief is unbearable. But sometimes you can't help but wonder, what if? What if I would have done this different? Look, I was talking to my brother. I seen him face to face the night before he died. I was getting ready to go out to eat with friends, and he was by himself, and I didn't invite him. Now, if I'm being honest, part of the reason why I didn't invite him, I was probably frustrated with him. You see, because I knew he already relapsed, and it wasn't even that. I confronted him, and he lied to me about it. And I just, look, we've been down this road too many times before. We'll talk about it later. But there was no later. But I know that I can't go back, and I can't change it. It's out of my control. Does that make the pain any less? No, I don't. But this is what I mean. Now, you can have your perspective change from one moment, from one instance, one thing that goes on. It can change the way you see things. But you won't see it while it's going on in the middle of it. That's why you can't just focus on the outcome, because you may never get that answer you're looking for. Especially now when it's going on. Look, I don't understand why everything happens the way it does. I don't. Some things I got no answer for. But I do know this. What Satan intended for evil, God can take and use for good. That I do know. That I have seen, right? I'm doing it now. You put that picture up of my brother. We never make sense of it. That's only when we can look back and we can get a greater perspective, some type of understanding. Remember when the disciples, they were in a boat with Jesus and they're crossing the sea and they get caught in a storm. And it said that the waves are filling in, the water's coming in, and disciples, man, they're freaking out, they're panicking. And Jesus is asleep. I don't know how he's sleeping, man, he got that much peace, he's sleeping. But they wake him up and they say, don't you care that we're perishing? Don't you care, Lord, like in the middle of the storm, God, where are you? Because sometimes you don't feel like you're here. But look, now it don't say this in the Bible, but more than likely, man, it was probably Peter that woke him up. If it wasn't him, it was probably in the front. But look later on, when he writes 1 Peter. Now this is towards the end of his life. He's about to die a martyr's death. But he says, cast your worries and anxieties upon the Lord, for he cares. He said, cast your worries and anxieties upon the Lord, for he cares. What changed? What was the vast change of his perspective? He spent time and got to know the Lord. He spent time at the feet of Jesus. Listen, we want to change the way we see things in life. Spend time with God. Spend time in his presence.